Pissed about that.
I was like, why are there so many Burial Ground clips in this thing? Scarpad's got to be overjoyed over there.
No, I took over the whole intro. Screw it, we're doing Burial Ground 4K, everybody.
That's annoying as fuck. Blame that one on Robbie. Because I just fucking did that and it didn't do anything. I just tried to get some type of zombie clip.
I love that opening rocks, man.
I thought it was great. Other than that very ending,
it just played the Burial Ground thumbnail, didn't it?
Yeah, fucking great.
Oh, shut up for a second. I wasn't trying to purposely do that. I did the fucking Dead Snow and it didn't work.
Well, replay it.
What a great way to start, man. Happy birthday, Steph.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Dude, I that's so annoying though.
If you got the real one, play it. We'll sit through it.
No, dude, I downloaded the real one. I just had to use the Burial Ground intro because Robbie just fucking.
I see what you're saying.
We're in.
But I added the fucking Dead Snow thumbnail to the end. I clipped that out, and it's still.
The zombies are zombies, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're zombies.
Right.
Oh, it's just annoying. I never edit. Usually, I just upload it. It would have been fine. I mean, it was just adding a damn thumbnail. So, yeah, to avoid the confusion, we're here to review Dead Snow 2, Dead vs. Dead, from 2014. Which this was Steph's pick. If you didn't know, it's my boy's birthday today, so make sure you wish him a happy birthday. I'm still really pissed about that shit. I don't understand how that happened. So if I show you guys, I can't show you my screen, but I'll show you in a minute. I don't know. You'll have to tell me, Vern, if I did something wrong.
I don't know.
We'll do it in a minute, though. So, like I said, this was Steph's pick, and it's on Peacock if you didn't get a chance to watch it. So we'll be talking spoilers. So if you didn't see it, watch it and then come back. So yeah, man, I never even heard about this movie. So I'm excited to talk about it. Before we get fully into it, let's see. Let me see what I got for horror news. I think I talked about it a bit, but I did see Insidious, the new one. and it was really fun theater experience. I was gonna go see it at the drive-in, but I had to work this week, so I couldn't go because my parents went at like Thursday, so I had to be up the next day at 5 a.m. So I wouldn't have got the movie didn't start till 9:40, so I wouldn't have got home till dumb late. It's like a 30-minute drive. But it's worth the watch. I really enjoyed it. The Nun 2 trailer came out. It's not horror, but I think the Johnny Depp one was kind of horrific. The Wonka prequel came out with Timothy Chalamet. Wouldn't you kind of agree that there's some weird, creepy, horrific shit in the Johnny Depp one?
Oh, definitely.
I don't know.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that one's fucking weird as shit.
That's isn't that Tim Burton did that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
even the original was a little creepy.
There's some,
you know.
I think people just never think of that because it's so bright and colorful, but it definitely has
That's some creepy shit.
horror. I know the new Subspecies came out, and it's on Tubi for free. So if you don't have Full Moon or I think Screambox, which I know none of us have that. We all have Shudder here. Hopefully it'll come on Shudder soon, but it should be on Tubi for free. And
Is Subspecies connected to like the species from back in the day?
No, that's Subspecies is like a vampire. It's a full, the Puppet
Thank you for asking,
movies. The company that did all the Puppet Masters, this is like their vampire movie. It's actually pretty good though. I'd say it's one of their better ones. I think Fable likes the first one, right? At least the first.
Right, Subspecies 5.
Yeah, he comes back for the new one. So, I'm hearing good things about it, but I have not yet seen it. I'm sorry.
Probably no Baby Oops. That's probably
Man, I'm sure it's going to be good if you're a Subspecies fan. I know, though, that Full Moon stopped doing the pay $60 for their annual streaming service. You get to pick 10 Blu-rays that you want for free with the $60. I was like, every year I'm doing this. But the first time I got the Puppet Master set, now that's all they're letting you do is get a Puppet Master set that's Evil Bong, Stash Box, which I already got, and some Diana Prince DVD set, which that's not worth it to me. So I'm waiting until they bring it back because I want to pick 10 Blu-rays. It's a DVD set too. I don't know why they would do it.
Oh yeah.
Well, you don't look too good on Blu-ray.
Yeah, well, that's probably true too. Am I tripping? But I feel like there's something I'm missing for horror. I know that Talk to Me movie should be coming out soon. I think they've been talking about that.
Oh, the Exorcist trailer is coming out with one of the movies coming out soon.
Yeah.
That looks really good though.
I think it's going to be on Oppenheimer next week.
That's what. Yep. You're right, bro.
So speaking of zombie movies, says watch Day Zero on digital, Blu-ray, and DVD today. So it looks like a new zombie movie came out on digital 4 days ago. Day Zero. I haven't heard of it though. That's what it's called, Day Zero.
Wasn't there some kind of news on 28 years later, the third movie in the 28 days?
Yeah. I don't think that was in the chat. We were talking about that. 20. Is that what they're calling it? 28 years later.
I feel like that's
yeah. I think that's like
which I knew Steph would be pumped for that because they've been talking about that for a while. So I really hope we get that soon. But now with the strike, I don't know what if they have a script ready. Who knows, dude? So it's like another type of COVID thing where we're not going to get new movies really for a while. We're going to get the movies coming this summer. Anything that's already made will be coming, but nothing new. They stopped Deadpool 3 already. They were filming that and they just stopped.
Oh, the actors went on strike yesterday too. So it's not just the writers.
It was first the writers, now the actors. So, and there's a Godzilla -1, the first Japanese produced Godzilla film since Shin Godzilla will release in Japan November 3rd. So that could be good.
It was like I seen the trailer. It looked pretty dope. It was more like a teaser, but looks like it's got
it's supposed to happen like right after the war. So it's supposed to be like the first, like a reboot almost.
Yeah, I know you get that little snippet of Godzilla at the end, but Yeah, so I think that is probably it for news. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't think. If I think of it, I'll mention it later. So yeah,
Scream 6 out on 4K. I don't know if that's
Scream
news
6
or
out
not.
on
But
4K. Yeah, the steel. Did you get your steel book?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mine came with a dent, man. So I just ordered my replacement copy. And The Burning 4K came out.
Yeah.
So I think the Robert Englund documentary comes out next week, and I'm really excited for that. If you've seen any of the recent, they did that Living with Chucky documentary, the Pennywise documentary, which just won the Chainsaw Awards. That was really freaking good. Same company's doing that, so I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that. I know Fable's a big Freddy guy, so he might want to check that one out. But yeah, so we'll get into Dead Snow too. Man, I'm probably gonna just start with Steph on this since this is your pick, my man. You're leading the way on this, bro. So let us know what made you pick this.
He said 1 second. I don't know if you caught that.
No, I know. I saw it was on mute.
I love it.
All right, my bad. I was shutting my window background noise.
Oh, you're good.
But I picked this one just because I thought this is like a fun, unique horror film. Yeah, I found this because I was on a kick for like sci-fi horror, World War II era stuff once I had seen Overlord, and so I was like on Google and I was like, sci-fi horror movies, World War II era, and this is like one of them that popped up. And so I watched it. It seemed a little goofy when I was seeing the trailer, but I was like, I guess it's kind of similar, but the tonally they're super different. But it's along the lines of shit like Shaun of the Dead, which is a movie I love. I think it definitely falls into that vein, and I just think it's super fun, well produced. There's a lot of charm and heart to this movie. I feel like because it's very goofy, but they pull off a lot of goofy stuff with a lot of heart. And yeah, I just want to spread the word about this movie.
Oh yeah. Did you hear that in the background?
Yeah. It was done.
Why did like my old computer? You never hear anything that came off my laptop. I must have to change.
You do the whole thing with that music playing in the background.
I'm trying to check this file. Like why I'm really pissed about the intro, man. I sat for like the last 25 minutes, like just trying to get the thumbnail on, like switching the thumbnail, because then when you do the old thing, it deletes the music. So I was like, I never used iMovie on the computer. I always just did it on my phone. So I was literally like watching a YouTube video on how to use iMovie on the Mac, and yeah. But I could see I could see how you can go down a rabbit hole after watching
Overlord.
Overlord. I don't know why I was gonna say Black Phone. As soon as it started, I thought it's like an Evil Dead homage, / like rip off opening, and I was like, okay, that's what's up, because it looked like they're Norwegian actors, I think.
Yeah.
I looked up the director, and he did he's only done like 3 movies, I think. Dead Snow 2, and the Hansel and Gretel movie with Timothy Renner, which I freaking love that movie. I think that is one of the coolest action horror movies. Highly recommend that. I think that's
the one with Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, and
okay. Rebecca Hall, it might have been.
Somebody. She's hot as hell in that though. I love that movie, so that kind of got me excited about this guy. I didn't watch the first one. I don't know if any of you guys did besides Steph. I wish I could have, but since it was Prime Week, I didn't even have time.
Well, they recapped it right in the beginning.
They do, yeah, but still, I mean, I'm sure there's stuff you might have missed.
Yeah, as soon as the recap started, I text Steph. I said, "Steph, should I watch the first movie?"
Yeah, because
he was like, "Nah, go ahead, just keep watching." I was like, "All right."
I seen the first one. I seen the second one first. So.
Okay. Because when you looked it up, you probably saw that you could watch this kind of on its own.
Yeah, I didn't have any trouble doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I see what they're doing with in the opening. I think Steph was the one who reviewed this one with me too. I think it was me, him, and someone else. Idle Hands. I got Evil Dead and Idle Hand homages off rip, and I was like, that's pretty freaking cool. There's some dark moments. I did watch in the daytime, so I kind of wish I would watch this pitch dark room. You know what I mean? But then I was like, man, I wish it was a little lighter. But then towards the end, when it's all light, I was like, I see why they kept some of that in the dark. You know what I mean? But I love how they make that comment about he's like because what really, because I don't know any of these actors. So when I hear his voice, I'm like, that has to be, unless they're faking it. The kid from Freaks and Geeks.
Yep.
Tulsa King,
he's the Spider-Man. He's like the teacher for
the
Spider-Man movies. I always love him. You know, he's always geeky and fun. And he gave me Fable. I think we'll know this one, but the guy from Grandma's Boy with the black jacket
gave me Leo wannabe. Yeah,
because he even wears like a jacket like that too when they go
his
to
hair slicked back.
Yeah, dude. He makes that comment saying, he's like, dude, all the movies I've seen, nothing like this. You know, he's like, you've opened me to a new genre, which I've never seen a zombie movie, kind of like cursed zombies, they call it, where I've seen like the voodoo zombies. You know, we've seen the Shaun of the Dead zombies, just the running, the slow zombies. So it's cool to see something different. You know,
it was like Pirates of the Caribbean 1. Zombies.
Yeah.
Rules.
Just Nazis instead of pirates. Yeah, that's a good point.
Deadites.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they're not like stupid, really. You know, they're not like genius level smart, but you know what I mean? They have their own
intellect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dr. Zombie and shit was attaching limbs and
Yeah, the Dr. Zombie I really actually liked, because you get a few of the same, like the kind of Deadite versions, but then you have like the Doctor, you got, you know, a few different versions. Like he kind of had his main men that stay, like when he let the idiots run off and chase somebody, he'd be like, no, you guys stay here with me. Unless they were, you know, random ones. I don't know. I kind of thought of those as more his better men.
Personal guard. Yeah.
But I think it was a good movie. I think I think it could have had a little better ending, but I liked some of the stuff in like some of the. I'd like to watch it in the complete dark, because I think some of that dark stuff was cool. He brings it, and then he's bringing his own like they do that thing where he puts his hand on him and he starts bringing people back from the dead instead of biting. Like when they bit and they just die. They don't. He has to kind of change them, which was interesting. But then I liked how this one thing, Steph. Did they switch arms, or did he cut his arm off because he got bit, like in Evil Dead?
So he got
switch arms or something, or is it just because it was a dead arm?
He cut his own arm off in the first movie, and at the beginning when he's getting attacked, he gets into that car accident, and so there's like I believe that's what it was. Like there's all the limbs. They assumed that was his missing arm.
Okay,
but and they attached it to him.
Okay.
Was it the Nazi leader's arm? At one point they're like, I have the devil's arm.
I thought.
I'm like, did I miss something? Is this dude the fucking devil?
That's what I was wondering too. Because I didn't pick that up. So I guess when he's holding on to him and then he gets hit by the other car, his arm must rip off. And I just think that's it. Because then they do the whole thing where they put his arm back on.
But they refer to the arm at one point as Satan's arm.
Yeah.
That's Satan's arm. I was like,
yeah, I didn't get that. I thought that was a weird choice because I'm pretty sure it was. They should have just made that guy Hitler too. That would have kind of put it over the top if the lead guy was just Hitler. Like
I kind of thought of it as almost like a Red Skull type thing, where it's like, you know, Hitler had so many other fucking crazy fucks helping him that, you know, like, but it would have been cool to maybe see a zombie Hitler at some point.
Yeah.
Like that could have been the third one or something. I don't know. But fucking, I tell you though, that ending was something else I've never seen.
Oh yeah,
I guess I have kind
the
of
car.
seen Return of the Living
His
Dead,
dead girlfriend.
but he brings that chick because the whole time he's so
Man, yo, they went for it, bro. They went
Yeah.
for it.
They definitely did.
They embraced all that absurdity.
The storm, baby.
Yeah. It kind of feels like those John Tucker versus Evil in a way, but little
Better.
like more a little more serious, like still jokey, like I don't know. But yeah, I still think it was a good watch though. I think it started off really well. I thought the homages were great, but then just the third act was really just where it slipped up a little bit.
The battle was a little underwhelming and shit.
Yeah. But you know, it was a big, I mean, I'm sure this movie wasn't made for much. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm gonna try and look it up.
I'm super curious because it looks kind of expensive.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I mean, they got a tank and everything, and they got like this whole field to themselves in some little Norwegian town.
I mean, tons of prosthetics. Tons of
yeah. And they're in the daylight. They're in the daylight too. They didn't.
I mean, one character goes through like what 5 prosthetic changes, 7 prosthetic changes. The guy the blonde guy that kept bringing back to life.
Yeah.
He must have went through like 7 different changes in his costume alone. So this movie looks expensive to me.
That's the best bit of the movie. They probably saved a lot of money on the cast. A bunch of Norwegian actors for the most part, I assume.
Right.
Don't demand that.
And I'm guessing that the first one was probably going to be the cheapest made.
Yeah.
And then the first one got a cult following, so then they got more money for the second one.
Yep.
I can't find a budget, but it's got a box office of 1.2 million. But sometimes those are iffy, especially with that might.
I was
just
gonna
be
say I'd be surprised
Norwegian.
if this went to the theater, unless it was like it went to the theater in the cinema, or what is that, those film festivals, or
I was gonna say it seems more like a film festival type
and where the director's from, it could have been like shown in his like I feel like the guy maybe is from Norway. I don't know, you know what I mean? He got some friends to do this with him. A lot of times that's how it can be.
It was at Sundance. It premiered.
Okay. Because he only has 3 movies, but I fucking love Hansel and Gretel, and so I know like this guy can direct. You know what I mean? So I wonder why he hasn't done anything else.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny because I've seen this movie a handful of times since in the last couple years, maybe like 2 or 3. This would be my 3rd, but I never for this watch I decided to watch the after credits, and there's an after credit scene that I never realized before. It's nothing significant, but it sets up that there could be like a 3rd one.
Yeah, he gets the guys.
Don't tell me she's pregnant. Yeah.
No, the leader's head.
Yeah, the doctor picks up the Nazi zombie leader's head, and
It shows that guy who played the gay guy from the museum, that he's in the first one playing a different guy.
Well, they never technically said the guy was gay.
Right before he comes out, he's about to come out.
Oh, that guy.
He even said,
He slipped up. He said him. He even corrected himself.
No, he's like, no, I mean her. She's got very big breasts, and he's like,
so don't assume.
Yeah, at some point I definitely probably will check out the first one because I think it's worth it, and it's crazy, man. It looks like he had something go on Netflix. Say What Happened to Monday.
Oh, I heard that was actually a pretty solid movie. It dealt with like these
Willem Dafoe's in it.
Yeah, and Naomi Rapace or some shit,
Rapace or something. Yeah.
It's about like these chicks. Like you're only in this world, you're only allowed to have like one child, and this lady gets pregnant with like 7 different daughters, but they're all identical. And they each can go out on a day. Like one daughter can go out on a Monday, the other Tuesday. So those are their names. And it was a weird one, but it was interesting.
What is it saying he had to do with fucking saying it showed? Wait. He directed Violent Night.
No, he did not.
Yes. I was
what,
like,
bro?
He didn't write it, but he directed it.
Hey, wow, that more props to him, bro.
Cola is his name. Holy shit. Because now that I'm looking, he does have a couple other credits. He did some movie called The Trip, or he didn't direct it, but he directed and wrote it. But that's another Norwegian movie. It's an action, comedy, horror thriller. Dysfunctional couple head to a remote cabin to reconnect, but each has intentions to kill each other. That might be actually kind of interesting.
Are the unknown cast, or is it got some?
Yeah, it looks like an unknown cast. Maybe Norwegian actors, but it look. Oh, the Noomi Rapace is in it.
Oh, okay.
See, I don't know her, so to me, and it has that one guy.
You ever seen Bright? Well, I mean, it's not a
Will Smith.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not really a good reference, but she was the elf chick in that.
Oh, okay. So I have seen her before. I just probably saw her with makeup.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. He did Violent Night, and
Violent Night is so different. The way like the especially the way the characters talk to each other. This is so much more American feeling than this.
I'm very shocked it's by him. Yeah.
There's like a griminess to it that.
Yeah, this really movie definitely feels European for sure. Has a European vibe to it.
Two Guns said I like this better than Shaun of the Dead.
Wow.
You know, I almost said it. I was gonna say earlier that in some ways it's better than Shaun of the Dead because it kind of goes for everything. But I'll stand by Shaun of the Dead. I'd like Edgar Wright. You know, I think he's very.
I don't know if you get this. I don't think you get this movie without Shaun of the Dead either.
No, true. That's true.
Good point.
But you know, they embrace they go for all the bits. You know, I can see why some of this would appeal to a different kind of audience.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot. The humor is a little bit more subtle in Shaun of the Dead, I would say. Don't get me wrong; it's a comedy, but it's more sophisticated comedy. And
it's also more of a movie too. It's more of a film. This is very Sci-Fi Channel feeling. It's better than the average Sci-Fi Channel film, but it feels like a Sci-Fi Channel film. It looks like a Sci-Fi Channel film.
Battlestar Galactica is that exact reference, and that's amazing.
Well, Battlestar Galactica wasn't a Sci-Fi Channel production. Just wound up on that. That was a Warner Brothers. This feels like a Sci-Fi Channel movie.
Really? Why did they toss that?
The killer.
They just love selling their properties.
So Robbie did that a couple months ago. If you want to go check that out.
But there's a lot of stuff in this movie that elevates it above a Sci-Fi Channel movie, though.
That's no one.
No, it's got great production. It's the campy, but I said, it embraces all the absurdity, and you know, in some degrees, it might maybe not work for every scene, but for the most part, the campiness works. Like the beginning, he's getting attacked by the zombies and shit, and that music comes on. You think he's trying to pull the gear, and he's just trying to turn the fucking song off, and he gets relieved when he like turns the song off. And shit like that, you know.
I'll bet there's a million bits in a movie like this that I didn't catch today. I watched it. That was the feeling that I got at the end of it.
I vaguely remember what you're saying when he's driving. I think I kind of remember that. I might just not.
Because it was like right at the beginning, and he realized he fucking still had the coin, and the dude busts through the window, and he's like choking him out, and he panicking. He turns on like this dubstep song, and so he's like struggling. You think he's trying to start the ignition, but he just turns the music off. And once he turns the music off, he looks so relieved, like and he realizes he's still being choked out. So
that's funny.
Another good bit when they're fucking shopping, the zombie crew, and they're at the end, the receipt, bro. Yeah. And then she says, when they're walking out, she's like, why don't they have more weapons? And the old dude's like, yeah, what the fuck is wrong with this country?
Right.
You know, I just, little moments like that, you know. The irony.
My favorite bit that sold me on this movie is when the zombies start attacking the entire town, and they literally come into that kitchen when everybody's sitting there, and they just go fucking totally.
Yeah, they go ape shit on.
They beat the shit out of a bunch of people in this movie.
They just totally go fucking ape shit.
The people in the bathroom and
yeah.
Yo.
doing that.
Or you know what got me was when the dude's reading the newspaper, he like puts it up to block himself from being hit. I mean, I get it, but I was just like, bro, it's paper,
but
you know.
See, it's exactly all of that makes me think that this had a big budget. Like, you know what I mean? It had, like, not for what it is, but like,
the first
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more than your average B movie budget.
Right.
Well, any movie's
that's a lot
for me.
A24 movie.
You're gonna get points from me as soon as you kill a kid, an annoying kid he threw through the window. I know.
And they ran over those kids with the tank in the sandbox.
And he goes down there, he starts trying to put the guts back in the kid there.
Yo, that was fucked up. But that was a cool out of hands moment right after that, where he like threw the car ornament at the dude's head, running at him. Total idle hands vibe.
That whole bit was my
Mercedes.
Was really
hit him with a Mercedes thing. He's like,
he
broke a Mercedes car or something like that. What?
That's what got me more into the movie, was that bit right there with the CPR when the dude leaves the hospital in the first place. When you're introduced to the idea of the arm, the CPR, the Mercedes bit all in a row.
Yeah, I think the other thing that saves this movie too is the fact that they can resurrect the zombies.
Yeah,
that's something different you don't see in too many other ones.
That scene though, Bruno, that would kind of set the tone for the movie. I mean, not really, I guess in the earlier, but that definitely, you know, if you're kind of iffy on where the movie's going,
right?
But in the first couple minutes, that solidifies, you know, the tone of the movie.
I agree with Pedro too. That scene with the baby carriages, women with the baby.
Oh no, man! That recap alone. If the recap alone doesn't tell you what you're watching,
true, yeah,
yeah.
Okay,
right in there, you see the Evil Deadness of it too.
Yeah,
that's clear, like, oh, we're doing an Evil Dead type of thing.
The first one
that was a big appeal for me.
The first one looks like it was made for 800,000. And the second one, I couldn't find. It kept saying 350 like Norwegian krones, but that's 3.4, basically 3.5 million for the second one.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
The first one had a little less than a mil, and then the second one got 3.5, which is still.
He's got a solid budget.
That's a solid budget for what they had.
Well, I also like too. I got worried in the first quarter of this movie because it was the first quarter was really almost all CGI bullets and blood and stuff. I hate that stuff. Looks terrible. But the moment they started getting into the practical stuff, and then they really went into it, the movie got so much better.
They probably ran out of money, man, and they had, because I wish that would have taken it up another notch.
The intestines,
they could have used real blood.
The intestines is a barrier.
That's just
the intestine has a siphon. That was one of my favorite
the fucking siphon for the tank.
Yeah. No, they did the intestine bit a few times, different ways.
Yeah.
Well, they had
he chokes him and throws it up on the electrical pole, and then it shocks both of them.
Yeah.
there was some new stuff I'd never seen in it.
Right.
But it looked good.
Inventive kills.
Like, it looked good. Yeah. It looked good. The practical, the guts look good. It looked nasty.
Yeah, the guts look good. When he throws the kid out of the fucking thing, and then they make his arm like bigger. So that's why I was
I like that too. It was bigger than his real arm. I was like, is that a mistake? Or, oh no, he has like a diesel arm on a skinny arm.
Conveniently just could slip over his fucking real arm. I like when he's testing it out, he like rips someone's brains out of them for no reason, just turns around and smashes it off the bus. It's like, what the fuck was that for? Because it's like a superhero movie in a lot of ways. It's like if Shaun of the Dead was also a superhero,
enhanced,
kind of a thing.
He thunder punched that guy's face, like it just broke into a million pieces and
right on the side. Yeah,
that looked good too. That looked like a great effect too, man. It looked good, man.
Yeah,
and I feel like that. What happened?
No, go ahead.
I feel like for the cast, for what it was, I feel like everyone played their role as well as they could, from like the main dude to the zombie crew to the museum guy. Everyone had The chicks,
they were the only ones.
They were a little dry.
I thought
think
he
they
was
put their money
amateur.
into the main guy. So
no, he was, but he had some good bits. That some of it was flat though.
This is the weird thing. This is what this movie did for me. This is a good example of it. You remember when they're telling the emo guy like you're gonna be bait, and like they're setting him up. It's the two girls and the emo guy. I thought that scene was shit. It was like, this is super fucking amateur. And then right after that, you get this highly produced, brilliant like scene, like the scene that they're setting him up for. And it kind of went back and forth like that for me, to where it was like amateur, low budget, sci-fi-ish, like Scarpad's saying, to really fucking good and more money, more expensive than you would think would fit the movie with the scenes from before it. You know what I mean? Like the gags all landed, but the stuff in between, some of that was rougher. The pacing wasn't
the first quarter of this movie is not good. It really picks up in the last 3 quarters of that.
Really, I thought the first half was the best.
Yeah,
I thought the middle was
the ending that I didn't like as much. I
thought it was good all the way through. Look, we're all different.
Right.
Sure. Well, I'm not to say that the ending was bad or anything. I just think they ran out of money and they wanted to go so big with the army and everything.
What is this bit that you guys were talking about earlier? With what? How did they fucking end it? Maybe I'm forgetting. I missed what you guys
with the battle. Remember?
I know the battle where they got the two running at each other.
He resurrects his wife. He resurrects his girl.
And they bang.
Okay. When you guys are saying, I was like just nodding, trying to I'm gonna remember.
Well, she died in the last movie, right? I don't know. I didn't see it. I'm assuming.
Yeah, he killed her. He killed her at the very end of the first movie. They show that in the recap.
But this movie takes place right after the last one, no?
Right.
Yeah.
So how do they get her in the ground? She's dead and buried already.
I mean, I think you're thinking too deeply on a movie that's supposed to be campy and absurd. It's supposed to be a little out there. I think that's definitely what it's going for. But I mean, I don't have an answer for that. But for this movie, there's
fresh, so you can understand why you could bang her probably. Because she was kind of fresh.
I mean, wouldn't go that far, but yeah.
This is one of the only movies that when it ended, my face was literally like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is disgusting. And then he's bad. I'm like, oh. And it ended. I'm like, oh. My face is just
the fucking like Titanic homage where her hand hits the window.
And it's all dirty and shit. It just seems dirt. Like her hands all
bloody
dirty
and
disgusting. It made noise too. It made like squishy noise. Yeah, it was gross.
And what? Their fucking guy, he's coming in on crutches and he looks worse than ever.
He just fucked up
that was the guy.
He was a trooper.
That was the emo guy, wasn't it?
No, he was the guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And they kept bringing. He was the first one that they brought back, and the guy brought back, and he kept just bringing him back over and over.
He was the best bit. I like when they try to use him to get unstuck from the snow.
Oh, and crawling up. What the fuck? That smells so
what is
vile. I think he's car sick. He's just car sick.
I like when they first resurrect him, and he's like, they're understanding. He's like kind of good, and all of a sudden, the old dude just hits him in the head with the damn hatchet or whatever. He's like, "Did you see that? I fucking got him!" And like takes a selfie and shit. Like that was a good moment.
Yeah, there was definitely some good stuff in it. Let's see. So Scarpad, what are your overall thoughts on it? Because I'd say I enjoyed it for the most part. I really want to watch it at night though, but they definitely have to make a third eventually. I have to go back and watch that ending credit. I think that they can get more money probably for the third one, if anything, too. So they can maybe get that perfect ending. Because I think if they had more money, they probably could have, No, I just think the whole. I guess I don't know. I don't know.
I like the whole tank blowing that Nazi dude's head off. That was
that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
It was very convenient, but it was really cool how it just crack, boom, and how he's like kind of dogging him about the war.
They drove that shit through the house too.
Greedy.
Wow.
He's like, you could have just got your gold. He's like, but that wasn't enough. You got greedy, And he's like, and you lost. He's like, you lost the war, right? He's like, do you even fucking know that you guys lost?
Yeah.
But Scarpad, what are your thoughts on it? Dude, it plays fine on my fucking thing. That's some bullshit.
Is he frozen?
He's doing a bit.
Yeah,
he's doing a bit.
Anyways.
Did he get us?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
I had to look carefully, so I keep thinking. I would say he got us.
I liked it. It was a good movie. I mean, as I said, I was dubious in the first quarter of it, but really picked up as soon as they started using more of the practical effects. I like the humor. I like the fact that they kind of did a little bit different with the zombies because they were able to resurrect themselves and they're a little bit more intelligent. It's not the first zombie movie. Remember that movie Shockwaves with the zombie, the Nazi zombies coming out of the water, but they didn't do anything, and it wasn't a a comedy.
First cursed zombie movie.
Well, there's been tons of zombie Nazi.
I don't know if there's any other cursed zombie movie.
But no, these were. It was. I liked it. I thought it was a decent film. I'll go back and watch the first one. Although this one does give me the vibe that's probably better than the first one. First one kind of seems like it's more or less an Evil Dead knockoff. Evil Dead knockoff with zombies.
Yeah, that's
zombies.
This one was its own identity.
And then this one seems like it had more of a plot to it than that.
Yeah.
Friends go to a cabin and then
he wanted to get that sword or whatever the thing was, and
I feel like the
pacing was
slow. Slow.
You know,
and the first one, compared to the second one,
Now the guy that was in Tulsa King, he wasn't in the first one, right?
No,
I'm assuming, and he really made this movie too. So,
I was gonna say he because I don't mind the main guy. I think he is good.
He's good.
Martin Starr made it for me. I was like, now you guys like sucked me in like for the rest of the movie.
The leader of the Nazis guy was good. Herzog, whatever his name was.
Yeah, he was.
But
there was some cool stuff with him.
Yeah, it was good. And I didn't mind the ending because, as I said, even zombies got to get a little bit. So it was cool.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that ending. I don't know if I was just jarred by the whole war. I don't know what. Maybe because I don't know because it was in the daytime. It threw me. I don't know what it was. I just thought it could have been better because I thought the first half was like pretty damn good. I really like, but I just thought it was a little dark in some spots. But I think that if I watched it at night, it would be a little bit better, or a lot better. But I don't know. I think I like the cinematography.
I think they were going for like absurd quality when it came to that war. Like, they're basically in a backyard fighting and stuff. Even the cops pull up and like, what the hell is going on?
Right.
When the tank's running them over.
And the tank,
this movie was not meant to be taken seriously at all.
No, not at all. I just think like halfway, like I think the war had like a completely different cinematographer because I felt like the first half it's like dark and it has like I don't know these like magical tones to it and then you're like the chick says she's like, oh my god, it feels like we're at Andor or something, like because they're in Norway, so you get that kind of like an outer world type feel. And I thought it just looked really cool. And then I guess when you get to that ending part, you're just in this little town, or you know what I mean. But I liked the beginning with all the snow and stuff. I thought that was really cool. But I guess this one, it's called Dead Snow, but really the first one is probably when they're at the cabin with the snow, and the second one you only get like 10 minutes of that with the beginning and them recapping the first one. But it looks like Vern stepped away. So Fable, what are your thoughts on the movie, man? What did you think of it? Because it's first time watch, I think, for all of us except Steph.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Pretty cool.
It's what it is. It's a schlocky, don't have to put too much thought into it. It's not trying to go for any deep thing. It's just trying to be badass and cool and, that kind of vibe. Like if you like Wanted or movies like that, you know what I mean? Just try to go for this cool factor, this edge, and this irreverent tone and a lot of senses with the acting. But leave it to Steph to find a B movie with great production value and some decent acting. I'm like, holy shit, this kid always, you don't miss. But yeah, no, I thought the effects were great. Honestly, I thought the practical effects were some of the best low budget practical effects I've seen in a long time. Given
it got the job
stuff
done.
we've been watching, I thought the characters were all likable. Like that's another thing that caught me off guard. That I kind of, except for the girls a little bit, they're okay. But everybody else, and I mean everybody else, the museum emo guy, the zombie that kept coming back to life, the main guy in the tracksuit, bugging out about his arm, the zombie hunter guy with the glasses, the main bag. I love the design of that Russian zombie that came out of the
film. Oh, with the jacket and shit. Yeah,
the ears all cut out. I thought he looked really good for practical makeup. So yeah, man, it's just one of those fun movies. It goes for it. It's a little out there, that ending definitely had me like ugh, like what the hell? This is crazy. But it totally fit for me. Like, and the song they were playing, they were playing, what song were they playing in there?
Some to the heart.
Is it when he's going to get his chick?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like, where the fuck is this coming from?
Yeah,
Get his chick.
I don't know. Seems like every movie uses that song for some reason.
Every time I hear that song, I think of when they sing it in Old School. Do you remember in Old School when he has the band sing it and he's like, I fucking
the damn band,
and he starts cussing in it. I love that guy, man.
But yeah, man, overall,
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Yeah, Total Eclipse of the Heart. They're playing Total Eclipse of the Heart. He's banging his whatever. It's going for that schlocky comedy, and when it's gory, it's really gory. Like they smash people's brains and head, and take people's necks out, and rip people's arms off, blood everywhere. So I think it's got a little bit of everything for everyone who loves horror movies. So it's super enjoyable. It's not going to change your life. You know what I mean? But it is one of those fun nights. You want to talk about a good schlocky popcorn film that you could throw on with the fellas or your wife to watch and have a good time? This is one of those.
Well said. I agree.
Well said as always.
What up, fellas?
What up, brother? All right. Bern, what are your thoughts on this movie? I know this was a first time watch for you as well.
Yeah.
Did you watch the first one or did you just watch the second?
No, it was the same thing. I thought about watching the first one and I didn't want to. I was actually thinking of The Hitcher. When me and Stephen Faber watched The Hitcher, then the remake back to back, I'm like, I probably like the remake less because back to back. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just watch
that movie stuck with me, by the way. That movie stuck with me. Like, really, they're gonna buy it like one day.
So when the 4K comes out, you want me to message you about it?
Yeah, hell yeah. I like that
All right, I will.
You're talking about the OG, right?
Yeah.
That's the one. The OG is gonna get a 4K. I thought the other one is the other one a TV show or a remake?
Remake.
It was a remake.
I thought there was a TV show for it as well.
It's a remake with Sean Bean doing the Rutger Hauer.
The remake is decent. It's
decent. Sean Bean does the remake.
Yeah.
A little level up.
Yep.
But as far as this movie, I liked it, but I honestly I didn't like it as much as everybody else. Like I could kind of tell, and that's how I am with comedies. When Scarpad did American Pie, I fucking love that movie. I put it on and I was like, it was okay.
I love.
You know what I mean? Like when I rewatched it, and I bet if you get me in the right mood, I would enjoy it a lot more. It's the same thing. Like there were moments in this that I thought were fucking hysterical, but there were also more than a handful of moments where I was like, where I was just not into it. I had a really hard time engaging with the movie until he gets in the hospital and he gets the arm. I'm like, oh, this is okay. That's what they're doing. He's got like a magic arm bit. They're doing an Idle Hands, Evil Dead thing. Right. And they utilize that in a fucking way cooler way. Like I didn't expect him. I expected him to be chasing around his arm the rest of the movie. And he didn't. What they did with it turned it into like a fantasy tool to make it like a fantasy adventure. Like those are the things I enjoyed about the movie. There were plenty of good bits, but for me, I would say it was more of the bits didn't land for me this time around than did land. The production was good, but I wasn't like, it seemed like 2000s 90s comedy to me with the sidekick guys. Like some of it worked, some of it was cool, but then there were bits that didn't work. So I was back and forth on it quite a bit. And then honestly, at the end of the movie, I just wasn't into it. Like when I was asking what happened at the end, it's because I had kind of fucking checked out. I was just kind of not that fucking into it. I looked at one point and it was an hour and 20 minutes into the movie. There was 20 minutes left, and I was like, just being honest, I was like, fuck. Like I was just fucking over it. So if you caught me on a different day, then I might have enjoyed it a fuckload more. But honestly, I didn't love it nearly as much. And like comparing it to Shaun of the Dead, especially at the bit where they're gearing up and they're in the supermarket and they're getting all their different stuff. Like it was cool. I saw what they were going for, but then you compare that like how that scene was done or would be done in Shaun of the Dead or other movies that came up before this. Like the editing, I don't think was nearly like as cool as it could have been.
Well, yeah,
this compared to
some aspects
the gold standard of horror comedy, especially horror zombie comedy. Like you've got something you compare it to that just does it, in my opinion,
I think zombie comedy,
more sophisticated.
Zombie horror comedies are tough to pull off.
Right.
I think Shaun of the Dead does it because not only is it a zombie horror comedy, it's British, and the British can just pull off that dry kind of like humor better than the Americans do.
I'm glad you brought that up. No, go ahead.
If you compare this to another movie that I had high hopes for, that I like this one, I like parts of, but then some of it is just utter shit. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you guys ever seen The Dead Don't Die with Bill Murray? That Jim Jarmusch film that had the.
I think that was a pretentious movie. I don't even think.
Yeah, I mean, but it's hard to pull off comedy. That had some funny bits and some dry stuff. This had more absurd stuff.
Right.
And Shaun of the Dead had more British type of reserved but funny humor.
Right.
So, but it's hard to pull that off. This is definitely more hip sci-fi channel type of humor. I'm not saying it's Z Nation level, but it's close. Z Nation.
I honestly was asking myself at parts of the movie, I'm like, do I just have a problem? Because I've brought it up before with like not 100%. Like Dog Soldiers is a good example. Everyone really enjoyed it. I was like, I don't fucking like. I don't like a lot of times European humor, or just it doesn't always get me. But then I think
I'm with you on Dog Soldiers. I was with you on Dog Soldiers.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like I think this was a bad movie. I'm literally comparing my review to your guys' review. Like I'm sitting here thinking like, fuck, why didn't I enjoy it as much as everybody else? I enjoyed a lot of the bits, but the bits in the middle were harder to get through for me. I didn't like a lot of the exposition stuff wasn't entertaining. Like you can do exposition, but make it more entertaining. And then the lead guy, again, I thought he was fine, but he wasn't like memorable to me, or he didn't like, I don't know. He seemed like he got the job because he was in the first one, but if they could have cast someone better, or was he in the first one? Was it the same guy?
Yeah, if you compare him to the first one, he was leagues better. Like it was very amateurish with the first one. A little bit more.
The lead guy, it was the same actor. You're saying?
I believe it was, but if it wasn't, they chose a better actor.
Right. I'm not saying he was bad. I just wasn't engaged with him. I didn't feel like I was on the journey with that guy. I was you know what I mean? I was watching a movie with that guy, but I wasn't on a journey with that dude. I felt more connected to the guy from Spider-Man. Like he was, but then that's
what I think when
do I need Americans to fucking get into stuff? Is that why they put him in here?
No, I mean you like Shaun of the Dead, but I think with the comparisons with that is like tonally that like Scarpet said earlier, it's more of a film. You know, there's some heart to that, heartfelt moments. There's no heartfelt moments in this movie.
Yeah, when he keeps
it's not that type of movie.
His buddy gets killed and he keeps him in the shed. You know, and
right.
So one of you guys said while I was listening, like I think you said it right before I joined back on. Like I tried to get my fiance to watch this with me. I think if I would have watched it with her, I would have had more fun. I watched it sitting on the floor with a 10-month-old this morning, and it's like it's not the way you, just like what Dylan was saying. I would have rather watched this at night with the lights
with
on,
some people,
with someone I could look back and forth, be like, aha,
like yo, what the fuck just happened? Yeah.
Especially with comedies, man. Comedies are big for that. You're watching something alone. You can be scared alone, but to be sitting there laughing by yourself, which don't get me wrong, I fucking do from time to time. But comedies are so much more fun when you're with somebody.
Laughter is infectious. You know, it's like even if you don't personally find something funny, sometimes other people laughing.
Right. 100%, dude. For sure, dude. That's my spiel on it though. I thought it was good. I know
no.
I would enjoy it more on another go through.
No, yeah, it's not a game changer, but it's something entertaining.
Yeah, without a doubt. Steph, is there anything else you want to add? Because I know you kind of just said your little spiel in the beginning.
If you enjoy it, I will admit, Shaun of the Dead is way a better film. It's a different league. But if you enjoy things like Shaun of the Dead or Overlord, mesh those, and if they fucked and had a baby, this would be that product. It's fun, it's like as we said, it's not gonna change your life, but it's something entertaining. You don't have to. Sometimes you just want something on in the background. You don't have to constantly be engaged in it, but you can kind of look up once in a while and still track the movie. This is one of those movies. You can't watch it, but it's something just background noise, entertaining, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really. I think it does a good job of. If you're a big horror fan movie, it'll suck you in the beginning. You'll be like, man, this is giving me Evil Dead and Idle Hand vibes, and then it kind of does its own thing throughout. The more it gets into it, I do like the spiel when he goes to the hospital and he kills that kid. I mean, it's got the balls to kill a kid and have a guy bring his wife or girlfriend back from the dead and then fuck her 5 years later.
Fucking I was like, what the?
They're like,
but not in a bad way. It wasn't in a bad way. I wasn't like, what is this like? Oh my god!
It wasn't.
It was more like
it was just like
they went for it. Right? Yeah.
She's all like you don't know if she's about to bite him, and then she just goes and kisses him. I love though when he brings the Russians back because you're like, he's gonna go bring back first he fucked up and they brought back this German Nazi army. Now he's gonna go get this Russian army, and then he's like, my master, and he's like, fuck yeah. But I guess we'll do the rating, and you guys can maybe give your favorite scene. Because we kind of talked about, I think most of our favorite characters are probably going to be either the main guy or Martin Starr.
No, there's a lot of good characters, man.
I was gonna say I'm surprised.
Police chief.
But I think your favorite character.
Didn't we agree to have a more casual dress policy?
The police chief wasn't really needed for me. I didn't really need the police chief. I think they had enough.
I feel that.
A good kind. I just think he had his best was at the end with the army when he's like, what the fuck is this shit? It did give me like Blood Diner cop vibes, like where
he was like what he said, do what they do in Iran, cut his hands off. It was like and the dog or something, it was like, shoot him. He was like, what
the dog?
He was I didn't like the girls really.
They're a little dry.
The girls were
the weakest part.
I wasn't crazy about I didn't like the fucking museum guy. I didn't like him.
Museum guy.
I liked him, yeah.
He had his moments, yeah. Martin Starr says he's he's had the most exposure. Of course, he's going to be the most casual.
I would say probably the museum guy is going to be my favorite character.
Who?
The museum guy is going to be my favorite character.
Yeah, no, I liked him too.
Well, I guess you guys can say
Martin Starr I like, but he's the same character in every movie.
Well, I guess
we're fucking nerds. That's what we do, man.
Yeah.
That was a good line.
Favorite character and favorite scene then, and then we'd say your rating. So I guess my favorite character would be Martin Starr. And favorite scene would probably be I probably would just go with when he comes into the people's houses, because I thought that was badass. The guy with
they're eating breakfast and shit.
Yeah, they're just eating breakfast, and he's like, I forget. I thought they'd say something, but it's like that'll crack a couple eggs.
I think the baby carriage scene is right after that scene, so the whole section.
Yeah, I do love that.
But I would probably give it. I would probably go 3.5 on this one. I did enjoy it, and some good characters, some good comedy. I'll bump it up to a 3.69 slips because that's how we roll. And I think I would I'd check out a third one if they made it. You know, I'll have to see. This definitely is a good. It's a fun zombie flick to throw on if you're a fan of Shaun of the Dead and all that type of stuff. You know, and like you said, Overlord. It's kind of like Overlord and Shaun of the Dead. That you said that, isn't that?
Yeah, they meshed.
Yeah,
with a touch of Lord of the Rings. Just a fucking drop,
and a touch of Evil Dead and Idle Hands.
Yeah, a lot of
luckily, I love those movies, so I was like, okay, that's cool. But I do love that the guy did Hansel and Gretel, and I feel like that is a really fucking good film that I never hear anyone talk about. I always loved how they made the witches so creepy and scary in that.
Yeah. And Violent Night, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a commercial hit under his name.
That's insane. That one's insane to me, without a doubt.
Yeah, probably got that job because Violent Night is after this, right? I assume.
Oh, yeah, that was last year.
No,
it's a Hollywood based on these movies because there's a lot of shots in these movies. I understand that some of it looks Sci-Fi Channel and cheap, but if you know about production, I mean, like when he threw him through the roof and he fell through the staircase.
That's extremely
hard
my favorite scene.
Yeah, that's extremely hard to shoot. Like I was really impressed.
That was cool as shit.
Pulled it off. Yeah.
Like I said earlier, there's a lot of heart, but you can tell a lot of quality care went into this campiness.
Put work into it.
I don't think there's anything like as far as the look that looks bad or sci-fi. I never got that feel. For me, it was more writing and like certain scenes.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. The chase sequence and the girls with the emo guy. It was a little
shaky cam and shit.
Yeah, it was some off cinematography there. I gotta agree with you.
But it's a movie that shows its quality. Like it just got the biggest budget for the money it does have for the great shots it does. It's on the money, but at the same time, you can tell that it didn't have
It shows its low budgetness at times. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Who's next? Is it
favorite scene? Character?
Who just
I think Dylan it was just Dylan. So you want to go Scarpad start it off or?
No, you go next.
All right. Favorite character.
Oh, never mind. I just saw Scarpad like this. I was like, "Oh my god, are you okay? Can you breathe?"
I'll go with the good zombie that had the metamorphosis over the films. There's the fact that we can sit here and talk about him, and he didn't have any lines of dialogue. It was just emoting for the most part, and certain things he did. I think that's interesting, and that speaks on the charm of what they do with that character. But favorite scene, there's a lot of good bits. But I was a big fan of the one where the whole montage of them getting the weapons, and then the bit at the end where she's like, it's hard to get weapons here. He's like, what the F is wrong with this country?
Right.
Rating. Yep. I get that. Realistically, this is a 3.5 movie, but I'll give it a 4 just based on my enjoyability of it, and like Scarpad said earlier, it is in a lot of ways a sci-fi movie, but with more to it. So I respect it for that. So I give it a 4 out of 5.
Right. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Favorite scene, I'll go with I'll go when he starts figuring out his arm powers, man. When he starts punching out zombies or I love that. Thought it looked really good when he was when he bust that guy's head through the wall. Like I thought it looked awesome. So yeah, I'll go with that. Favorite scene. What else we're doing? Favorite scene? Favorite character?
Favorite character.
And rating, yep.
Favorite character, I'll go with it's a good one. I'll go with the police chief. I did like the police chief. I thought he was funny. I thought he was bumbling around. Him and the girl that was with him. Like she was like
his partner or whatever.
We've seen that a dozen times, done much better, but I did enjoy that.
There's a charm to him.
Yeah, charm between them, the little relationship. So I'll go with them. And rating, I agree with you guys. 3.5 for me, but I'll bump it up to 3.69. My brother Steph, happy birthday.
Thank you, brother.
Hell yeah.
Well said. My favorite scene, I feel like we've mentioned almost every one of them, man, but it's the CPR bit. That was the first moment that like made me really fucking laugh in the movie. I enjoyed like the first 5 minutes, and then there was like a stretch up till that bit where I was kind of out of the movie. That fucking cracked me up. And then I wrote down the same thing. What the fuck's the matter with this country? Like that was great too. Like that, I didn't enjoy the editing up till that bit, but that line fucking sealed that scene for me. And then everything, I guess, if I'm being honest, I don't remember a fucking shitload of the characters, so I'll combine the scenes with the good zombie that you mentioned, Link. To me, like that was my favorite running gag throughout the movie. And
Yeah.
I didn't even fully appreciate the different makeup that he was in until you mentioned it. It's like, oh yeah, like that was a bitch to probably do. And he was funny. The traction bit, the right when he gets resurrected, then he gets hit in the head with a hatchet and dies. Like that was another laugh out loud moment for me. And then the other one, what I was gonna say was that's so fucking cool, and you're not gonna see it in many horror movies. That punch through the ceiling and then landing down. Like, how did they do that? Was he on some harnesses and they released him? Was it a different actor?
Like, a different guy, I think. Yeah, the real guy fell through the staircase. They just timed it really good. So when Steph says like it's a plus, like a sci-fi movie plus, that's where the love is. It's a little bit more like care
a little
into it.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm gonna go with 3.0, and I feel like if I watched it again, it might be higher. But for it being horror and comedy and action, like there was too many moments in the movie where I was bored for those three elements for me. But it wasn't funny.
How many kind of movies have you seen in that genre?
I mean, fuckload. I've seen enough movies that are fucking funny or trying to be funny or actiony or scary. You know what I mean? I've seen it millions or thousands, hundreds at least, hundreds at least. But movies that are trying to do all three of those things, it just, to me, it didn't nail any of them for me. It was good. It was enjoyable. I would have enjoyed it more if I was in a better environment, but I didn't love it.
Did you watch it twice?
No.
That's the problem. That's what happened here.
If I could have, I would have, but no, I've been slacking on the watch.
I'm just playing.
Sometimes comedies aren't the ones that hit
disliking it,
second time.
See, Robbie said that when he was on my show, Dylan, and I always think comedies do hit better.
Really?
When I just watched Scary Movie for the first time in years, and I fucking lost it the whole movie. It was so, and I've seen it 100 times.
I'll lose it every time on that.
Right. There's certain movies that if it's really funny, I'm gonna fucking laugh every time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you didn't like it the first time, I mean, you might like it a little bit more, but maybe the comedy just might not work for you. I mean,
I thought about this earlier.
It's very different. Like some people love The Office. I don't like it at all. I don't understand it.
It is again.
Parks and Rec. I never got into that type of comedy at all.
It does help if you work in an office, though.
Maybe, but it's just, I don't know. To me, that's more like stupid humor in a way. Like
it's like Seinfeld.
I think it's the opposite.
Seinfeld was why is this funny? This is not funny at all.
Dude, that's so weird.
You get older, and it's like, okay, I get it.
No,
some people love Seinfeld, but hate Friends. I love Friends. That's what I grew up with as a kid. My mom was fucking Friends fanatic. So, I'm sorry I had to walk away because my girl's freaking out saying there's a huge spider behind the mailbox. What did you give it, Scarphead?
I haven't given it.
He's up now.
Oh, my bad. So you went down. I was going to do Steph first, and then
that's
Steph gave it.
Okay.
Yeah. Me and Steph went. Verno was about the grade, right? Verno?
Would you guys?
No, I did. I gave it a 3.0. It's on Scarphead.
3. Okay.
What did you two give it?
3.6.
4.
3.5.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. 4.
Favorite character is the museum dude. I thought he was pretty funny throughout. Favorite scene is that scene where the Nazis go in and just wail at everybody in the house. I just love that scene. That to me, best scene in the movie. That and the girls walking the kids. Rating. I'm gonna give it a 2.75. I don't quite like it as much as Verno. I do like it. I think it definitely picked up in the second half of the movie, and the practical effects are really good. But yeah, it just didn't hit for me in a lot of places either. Although I don't dislike the movie. I'd probably watch it again. In fact, if I watched the first one, I'd probably watch this one again. And maybe watching them back to back would be different.
Right, maybe. I wondered that too, especially at the end, because now that you guys reminded me and I remember the end, I was thinking, I wonder if this would hit different if I saw the first one with that character in it.
I don't know if it would. Maybe it would.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
But 2.75 for me.
All right. So you guys, Steph and Fable said 3.4?
No.
4 for Steph.
Steph is 4.
4.69. Okay. I was confused. And then Vern was 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought somebody said 3.4. I was like, okay. So 4 from Steph, 3.69 Fable, 3 from Vern, 2.75.
That would be an interesting show sometime to do is horror comedies.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of them.
I enjoy them. Some are I'm not as fan. I like them if they ramp up the horror and the kills a lot. And this one did for a lot of stuff, and then some they like kind of hid and used CGI blood, which I didn't like, but they had enough good ones that made me kind of forgive it. And Two Gun gave it a 4, said he loved the movie. 4 Slips. Evan gave it 3.69. Okay, so I'd say 2.75, 3, 3.69, 3.69, and a 4.
What'd you rate it, Dylan?
3.69.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I gave it 3.5, and then I just bumped it to 3.69.
Yeah.
We're probably at a 3.4.
We got to the 3.4. There you go.
Yeah, that's how we got there. Probably my favorite horror / comedy is Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Oh yeah,
that's a big one. I love that one too. So yeah, great review as always. Great pick for Steph's birthday. And next week we have Humanoids from the Deep coming. I think I forgot. I didn't upload my thumbnail for it, but it's a damn good one.
Hold on, let me write down everybody's score for this movie before Humanoids comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely keep a note.
Humanoids is an absolutely better movie, but my opinion.
Humanoids ain't getting no 5.
Let's save it.
It's not getting 5.
Yes.
Humanoids.
Save it. I'm not sure I'll be here, but save it.
Humanoids is a good creature from the Black, like Roger Corman ripoff, but it's should be a fun one. It's just a monster movie though, a Corman monster movie. But I think that's one of the first movies the legend Steve Johnson worked on, and he's a legend on practical effects. He's done so many. But so next week, Roger Corman's Humanoids from the Deep, which I believe Robbie will be joining us for, and then we'll be kicking off Hatchet Fest.
Ooh.
So
have you announced this? Is this the official announcement right here?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure. I thought I mentioned it last week, to be honest. I thought I mentioned it last week. So let me see. I had
by the way, I got a 3.426 average. Two Guns saying a 3.52. I feel like he's adding his 4 in there. I'm sorry, Two Gun, I didn't. Come on the show and I'll add your score. I'd love to see your little face down there.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
What was the thing?
I got a 3.4 average. You got a 3.5. So it's you were
the panel is 3.4. The chat included 3.5.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not all 0.1 off.
Right. Now I'm curious, Two Gun, if you like this better than Shaun of the Dead and you give this a 4.0, what do you rate Shaun of the Dead, my friend?
I give it a 5. Some people would give them a 5.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people's favorite movie. Like I've heard.
Yeah.
I'd give it a 5 all day. It's so rewatchable.
A lot of people's favorite zombie movie for sure.
It's hard even for me to think of it as a favorite zombie movie because I don't think your favorite zombie movie could be a parody of zombie movies. I get it. I mean, I get what I guess your favorite could be the favorite or anything, but I would have a hard time saying it's the best zombie movie because it's.
I mean, they come out during this whole zombie boom, where same year as Dawn of the Dead, year after 28 Days Later.
Right.
So to me, it's just it's a comedy. It's not really even a horror movie. It's about zombies, but it's a comedy, and as a comedy goes, I would say it's one of the top comedies.
Right. As a comedy horror goes, I think it's it's probably the best ever done, in my opinion. Fucking brilliant.
I don't know. You got American Werewolf in London to contend.
I don't think that's enough comedy. That's
I don't think it is either.
I get what you're saying, and I don't know. I think I like Shaun of the Dead.
They tell you that.
They tell you?
I know the guys who made it. They tell you that.
No, I know.
It's always been more of a horror movie than a comedy.
Yeah, I get that it is. It has comedic elements of it, but I don't think it's that funny. You know what I mean? Like I guess is where Shaun of the Dead is funny, but it's not scary. I don't know if either of them are scary. They're both great.
It might have been scary to some people.
Werewolf was definitely more scary than Shaun of the Dead.
Tell me this thumbnail ain't sick. So Humanoids from the Deep next week.
That's gonna be the best part about that one. That thumbnail.
Dude, have you seen it? Have you seen it?
They're gonna shit.
I watched it last week, dude.
Don't be hating on Roger Corman, bruh.
Well, I'm gonna shit on what, Scarhead?
I'm already prepared for him to shit on it. So go ahead.
You think we're gonna shit on it because you picked it?
I didn't pick it.
He didn't pick it. I picked it.
Why'd you say we're gonna shit on it? Because it's what?
Because it's a movie from the 80s and 70s that you're just gonna shit on. It's a monster movie.
Somebody said I thought Scarpet and Brown were the one. No, maybe it was
quality is quality.
Gun was telling me to review it at some point. But that's not his pick. He was just you guys people throw out shit all the time in the chat. And then Hatchet Fest.
Well, look, you're gonna expect to have like some. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, you're good. I was just saying Hatchet Fest the week after starts, and we'll be lasting, the whole month of August. So, go ahead, Phil. I downloaded it, so I just wanted to show it.
You should go in expecting what as far as effects and technique and things like that from its era. But if it has a good story and some decent acting and it carries it through, you know what I mean? It's gonna shine. So we'll see.
Right.
That's one of those things. Like I don't know if you still believe that when you say it, Scarpet. Oh, it's from the 70s or 80s. They won't like it. You know that's not true. We like a lot of movies from the 70s and 80s. You know that's not true.
If it's a 70s and 80s cult film, that is what most people would consider to be not a great film or bad, but good in its genre. You won't like it. I mean, there's shit films that are still 5-star films because of of where they lie in that whole pantheon of grindhouse B movie things, and also Corman was a master of making movies on the cheap, but they didn't really look overly cheap. I mean, I'm sure this movie was made on nothing.
But we also gotta always keep in mind that they're called B, C, whatever movies for a distinct reason, so they can never be 5s in my opinion.
Right, that's exactly. Right.
Well, you could have, if you're considering it.
You could personally feel they're 5s. Yeah. Like personally, like I enjoyed 5. That's a 5.
I agree, but
you could say
universally, it will never be.
How they are, I'm not gonna compare fucking Humanoids from the Deep to The Godfather, because if The Godfather is a 5,
they're different categories.
You can compare it to the other movies that came out in the 80s for a similar budget.
There should be we should have a category, like when we review a certain movie, like this is a 5-star B movie. There can be a 5-star, but you're saying like this is a 5-star B movie. I'm not comparing this B movie to The Godfather or Goodfellas.
That's what we all do, though. That's what we're all
like a Class A movie. You know what I mean? The best of the best. You know. So it's almost like I almost feel like maybe we'll have to do like classes, like where there's Class A, Class B, and Class C, like Class C. You know what I mean? Like
no, because if somebody doesn't like
categories,
I'm just saying sometimes you have to kind of like not judge it against everything else.
But there's some B movies. There's some B movies that are way better than some what are considered A movies, have bigger budgets, whatever, better actors, and those movies are total trash. And there's some B and C movies that I enjoy so much more.
Like, is Terrifier a B movie? You know what I mean? I don't know if I think there's a bunch of like glitzy Hollywood
B movie.
Right. There's a bunch of glitzy like Hollywood horror movies that with bigger budgets that Terrifier would beat the shit out of.
And keep in mind, films, all the films that came from Corman were all independent. They had nothing to do with Hollywood.
Right.
So
we'll see.
So like Dead Snow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like this one. Yeah, except that was an overseas.
Even if you guys don't like Humanoids from the Deep, which I know
we might love it.
Me and Scarpad will at least like.
Robbie's gonna love it.
Fucking, and Robbie will like it because he'll be here. So at least it'll be tied between us. Hatchet Fest. I don't give a fuck, bro. Hatchet Fest. I am so fucking excited for, because if we're talking about a horror comedy, this is the fucking class A for me. I have so much fun watching these movies. They're like they're just those movies I can watch at any time and just throw on the background and just have fun, get fucking stoned and watch these. I love the comedy. I love the action or the kills in it. And I highly recommend watching the uncut. Do not watch the R-rated on Prime. Try to find the uncut, unrated, because the kill, you think, oh, it's only a minute or two. But in the Hatchet films, they make a big difference.
Is that all
and it's more, and I think it's more than a couple minutes. I'd have to pull them out and see.
Are there unrated versions for all of them?
Yeah, okay. But you have to get them on Blu-ray or find them online. Because at Prime, at least like the free versions they had on Prime were R-rated. Because they, when they first showed them in theaters, they were supposed to be the uncut versions. But fucking theaters last minute, they had a deal to show the uncut footage. And then last minute, they pulled them. The MPA screwed them, and the theater screwed them. I'd have to look and see the difference in minutes. But the kills are definitely different, man. Definitely different.
Yeah, well, I think the discs only have the unrated. They don't have the unrated colors.
No, they don't. Yeah.
When's that start? I'm a little bit confused.
This one doesn't say unrated, but it is.
I'm looking at the wrong month. Never mind. I'll shut up. Yeah. We're in July. Next week is the 22nd, or the 22nd is Humanoids from the Deep. But I think you said that was the last one of the month, but we got another Saturday after that.
Yeah, I know.
That's when Hatchet Fest starts on the 29th?
Yeah, because Robbie put Horror Fest 1 week earlier. Normally, Horror Fest starts fucking
September, first week of September.
Yeah, so it should have been September 2nd, but then Robbie said, "Oh, we're starting 1 week earlier, so it would be the August 26th." But then when I did that, he was like, "Oh no, I meant me starting a 1 week earlier. Like he was going to do August 27th." I was like, "Oh, so should I do it or not?" And he was like, "Yeah, you could just kick it off." So I was going to do the whole of August for Hatchet Fest until he did that. And then I was like, well, there's fucking five. I get 5 shows in July. So normally I only get 4. So I was like, I'll just do it. Because it basically is. It's like 2 days before August. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, you know what I mean? So I was like, fuck it. I didn't want to mess it up because I wouldn't have got to do it any other. And these movies are so easy. They're only like an hour and 20 minutes. They're so easy and just fun to watch that I was like, it'll kind of give us a break before the big fucking, you know what I mean, Horror Fest comes. Not that I'm saying that we're doing like series reviews like Robbie, because those are really tough. Because if you got to watch eight fucking movies or something, you know, you got to really prepare for that. So, but I just figured it'll give us a break, you know what I mean? Because sometimes
I love it.
We're busy and it's summer and you guys want to do stuff with your family. I feel like it'll give you more of time because it's like you can bust these out in a night, all 4 so easily, because they're literally all like an hour and 20.
I watched all 4 of them in 2 days, 2 sittings.
They're so easy
earlier this year,
and they're just so fun. Hour and 20.
Well, I know Scarpad's got a stack about fucking 10 feet high of Blu-rays over there. We better get into that.
If you got anything to show, Fable?
I'm actually got a dip, guys. Got to do the family thing.
All right, bro.
Please jump back into the back chats. Before I go, shameless plug. We're going to have Blame Fable and his amazing friends return tomorrow, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern on IG Live. My guests will be the guys from Supreme Clientele, which is my boy Steph, and Stu, Dr. Doom's Fan Club. Lot of stuff happened this week, guys. We got, casting news, trailers, all kinds of stuff. We're gonna get into all of that stuff. So hang out with us tomorrow. And also we're celebrating the birthday boy, Steph. So come hang out, man. So yeah, guys, thanks for letting me hang with y'all. This is a good pick for me. I definitely enjoyed this movie. I'll catch you guys next week, man. Humanoids from the Deep. Let's do it.
All right, my brother.
Later.
Have a good one. Steph, you said nothing this week, right?
Yeah.
Vern, you got anything? I'll go real quick since Scarp had. I forgot to show this last week, but the new Jaws 2 4K just came out.
Nice.
So I got that to go along with my
That's beautiful.
Jaws 4K. I fucking love this. I wish I got the Steelbook that Scarp has back in the day. So I might have got the Steelbook for the second one. But honestly, I think I'm more of a slip person because Scarpad has like the protectors for the Steelbooks, which I feel like no matter what you do, even if you don't have those protectors, your Steelbooks get scratched up somehow.
Well, even you can't stack them on top of each other at all.
See, mine are just next to each other, like a unit. But this can't be. You guys got to be careful to take the sticker right off because there was a huge sticker on this. But I love the original artwork on these.
Hell yeah! Oh, it's fucking gorgeous.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm an original artwork guy, so honestly, I probably like.
Show them the back of the original Jaws too. I love the back.
Yeah, that is
fucking
good.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And it comes with like a little booklet, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, this looks really fucking good. Love the slip on this. Like I said, it comes with a huge sticker, so make sure you try to get that off.
Show that one again. Show that one again. The Jaws thing you showed before. The first one. It came with a book. Yeah, that is pretty nice. That's actually I like that. My Steelbook does not come with a book, so that actually is a pretty nice version.
It's It's the 45th anniversary one. But it was on sale for Prime Day. I saw.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be buying
it always comes with the slip. Like if you bought it today, you would get the slip in the book. So that's nice because I think it's only like $3 more than just buying this by itself, and it's the exact same. So I think it's worth it because at least you get the slip. And I had to have the slip since I knew I was going to get the slip with the second one. I would be so annoyed to have the slip for the second one and not the first one. And I did get this because I didn't have the Blu-ray. It's one of my favorites.
Oh boy, I got that on I think Shout Factory.
Yeah, it's a new 4K transfer from the original negative. But that's the only thing new on it from the Blu-ray. And I think, I believe that is all I got. I haven't really been getting nothing lately, so.
Start for this. I got this from Jigs Kingdom. I tell you, he does contests, and I actually won a contest. The night I was up there, he was giving away AirPods and everything, so who knows, man. But
damn, I wish I'd have been on that.
Oh, he gave away. It was amazing. They gave him a little Jigs Kingdom. He has his own stuff.
That's awesome. Man.
That's cool. And then I got a slab of Moon Knight.
He gave me my first slab. I think somebody else.
Not my first slab. That's a great 9.8 Moon Knight. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, baby.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Of course, Jigs found out that if you crack these, say you got a 9.4 and you crack them and you send them in the same book and don't do anything, the next time you get a 9.8. So,
wow.
All you got to do is resend them in. All right, so it's Prime Week. I'll go through these quick.
Oh, yeah.
Got the Wayne's World Steelbook.
Beautiful.
Pretty cool. She went down a Steelbook rabbit hole. This is the Smoking Aces Steelbook.
Nice.
Picked up Creed 3.
Still need to watch that.
Got the Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's the 25 silent Lon Chaney version. From Kino. Got the Rocky Knockout Collection in 4K. It's got all the Rockies. I like the steelbooks on those, but they were expensive. Got the 3rd season of the OG Doctor Who in. John Pertwee, one of my favorite doctors. And his dad, that's Sean Pertwee, who's in Gotham. That's his dad. I didn't know that. But they did have a lot of $9 and $10 Blu-rays. So I finally got Kong Skull Island.
Nice.
None of these came with a slip, unfortunately. The Meg.
I had fun with the Meg.
Serenity. The new Blade Runner. 2049. Beverly Hills Cop 1. Casino.
Nice. I feel like I'm the only one here with you.
Could be. Creed 2. Creed. And of course.
I'm right here, fuckers.
I couldn't tell.
Wish I got the slips, but of course I didn't. Whoa, everything's falling. Ready Player One. I've never seen this one. The 2011 Fright Night.
It's pretty good. I just watched it a couple months ago.
I didn't know David Tennant was in it either.
Oh yeah.
One of Martin Scorsese's. I love this movie. After Hours came out in a 4K from Criterion.
That was right before Taxi Driver or after? Before?
Right after. McBain, 80s Christopher Walken action flick from Kino Lorber. Cape Fear, the Robert De Niro, Nick Nolte version. I love the cover on this. It's the Men in Black Steelbook.
No, that's cool. That's funny they have that guy right in the center. The more sugar water guy.
The Scream 6 Steelbook.
Nice.
Not dented like
Not
mine.
dented. In fact, I picked up Dread for Dylan this week, and it's crunched. It got bent. See it?
And his Men in Black. I see it.
This came in the same box as Men in Black, and Dylan's disc was busted.
I'm cursed, bro.
He is cursed. So I got Sizu. This is cool because this has like the plastic cover over the steelbook.
That's really cool. I'd actually
10
be interested in picking
Lane.
that one out. That was a cool fucking movie. So is that.
That's a great one. I
like that. I kind of like that cover. Kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I don't know if it fits that fucking movie, but it's a cool cover.
Yeah.
The OG.
You got it for like $5.
OG steelbook.
That's awesome.
And finally came in. I'm a big fan of vinyl. You saw my War Gargantuan's vinyl. I finally got this from Grindhouse Releasing. This is the Cannibal Ferox soundtrack.
Ooh.
Make them die slowly. Too disgusting to watch, too bizarre to resist. And then they had the cannibals eating some hamburger in the back.
Nice.
I'm still waiting for my Evil Dead Rise soundtrack to come in. That should be coming in soon. And you know what they have? Dylan, if you go to Big Bad Toy Store, they have like all the Jason movies soundtracks on there.
Wow, really?
And the covers are just unbelievable. Awesome.
I bet.
I have no vinyl player.
And they're like $40 each. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That is that.
Nice.
Boom.
Next week, I have a big shipment coming in of Region B flicks from Orbit DVD. So we're gonna see some good stuff next week.
Nice. I got a few things. I think you guys have already showed a few of them. So
about fucking time.
Yeah, I know. This
you need to start buying more.
I know.
Tell your wife.
I got the steelbook in. I'll show you the back. I love the back. I love that I didn't know what the back was. It's pretty fucking
it's cool.
Really, really cool, man. No dent in mine either. I'll show you
I know. I was
inside on it.
I didn't see it at Best Buy either.
Yeah, pretty nice artwork on the inside too, which I fucking love. I think this is a really unique cover. I don't think
I thought so too.
Really
I thought that was a mock-up picture when they showed it for the pre-order, but then it was that, and I was like, oh.
Burning. I snagged that. We're going to be talking about that on Blood Splatter Chatter next Thursday night, so check that out. And I think maybe the week after that, or a couple weeks after that, we're going to be talking about Child's Play 2 and 3. So I had to
Did you get both?
I had to grab 3. I got 2 a while back. 3 is the one from my childhood that I remember not loving as much, so I didn't get it. But I'm like, fuck it, I need it.
What about the first? Did you get the 4K for that one yet?
Yeah.
Nice.
So
they just they're doing the rest of them on 4K.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm doing these Chucky shows on my channel is because I wanted to do something around the time that Bride of Chucky and Curse and Cult and Seed come out on 4K.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
I know why they just didn't do a box set, but the lazy fucks they didn't.
They want more money. They're gonna make $30 a pop on them.
Yeah, well now and then they're selling the posters out because I wanted to get the posters since I got the first 3 behind me.
Right,
it's like $150. But the thing is, if I could do that and pay it the day it comes out, but you have to pay that $150 like on the spot.
What is it? That's like a box.
Scream Factory. It's a Scream Factory exclusive that you'll get the original artwork and the newly commissioned artwork.
Yeah, it's not worth the money they're asking.
Here's what they do now. So like, if some movies they'll do a new slip, and then they'll have the original artwork on another slip for like us. So they don't have it for The Burning, but say here. So
I wish they did. I noticed they did for the first Chucky movie, the first Child's Play. They had the reversible.
So if you bought the Child's Play 1 to 3 online, you would have got this, and you would have got this, and a poster of each of these artworks.
Oh, that's a slip. What you're holding in your
yeah.
Oh, that's.
And I have a poster for it too. So, but it's like, who the fuck needs 2 slips?
Exactly.
So why are they doing that?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
You're saying that the price sounds outrageous, but it's a cool.
Well, with Amazon, when they ship, you pay. With Scream Factory, so that came out like 2 months ago, 2-3 months ago. So people that pre-ordered that, they spent $150 day one, and they haven't got that. You know what I mean? You gotta wait 3 months to get it. I don't like doing that. It's like I don't have the money to just do that at that moment. I can try to get ready for it, but that's what. So they have for Bride of Chucky to Cult of Chucky, and they have original artwork, and then they have new commissioned artwork. So you're gonna get 4 extra slips, and you're gonna get 8 posters.
Yeah, it's a waste.
One of the original and one of the new, and that it's awesome for the posters. But I don't. What they should be doing, because they did this with the Blu-rays. When you bought Child's Play 2 on Blu-ray, if they had one, they didn't. They only did it for the first one. You would get the new artwork for the slipcover, and then when you popped it off, you would have the original artwork underneath.
Does that?
Why the fuck are they doing that?
Well, I like what they did. Like with Child's Play 1, you get the new artwork on the slip, and you get that same artwork on the inside, but you can reverse it. That's what I did too. I like that. I do like just what you just did. I like being able to have the slip.
I'm an original cover art guy most of the time, but for some of the new art, looks damn good. So
yeah, the 4K releases though, they're not putting much effort into them.
Like some original art, some new artwork is okay, and some of them are better. Like, let me see. For the fucking Dead Zone, I don't really care for the new artwork.
Well, the big thing was the
that new artwork is very bland, but I do like that. I like that old school poster.
The one they did for They Live is great. Show that one.
That is bad. The fog.
Yeah, that one's cool too.
The what was the one? Poltergeist. That was dog shit. The new Poltergeist. It looked like he's flagging in a airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are people. If you go to, I think it's eBay, but you can also go to Mercari. They are making replacement slips now. They're about $12 printed out on cardboard. So that's not too bad, I guess. Going on eBay, there's people making custom slips.
Oh yeah.
and they look pretty nice, but they're like $12.
No reversible artwork. I'm not hearing you, bro.
That's funny. What I was saying was my fiance knows how to do all this shit. I'm trying to get her like, fucking teach me how to do it. Like that would be a fun hobby for me. You just take the paper out of here and you scan it, you stretch it out to make it the size of a slip, you order this thickness of a cardboard or thicker, and you can print all these things out. They just fold together and glue together.
Yeah, the biggest thing is the ink is wicked expensive to do all that.
Yeah, 100%.
You're almost better off just to pay the person to do it online, because by the time you buy all the ink and stuff, it's what kills you.
Right, I could see it being kind of fun though, because you could get creative with it. You could find some artist that you like.
If you go to Blu-ray.com and you go to the forums in the Blu-ray section, they have a whole forum with people who trade custom artwork back and forth, and you can.
That's cool.
They're already in high res. You just download them and print them out.
That's cool.
You can bring them to, I've done it before. You can bring them to Staples and they'll print them out for you too.
So, next week before we get out of here, like I said, 7:30 p.m. Eastern next Saturday, we'll be doing Roger Corman's Humanoids from the Deep. Should be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And Robbie will be there. And then after Humanoids from the Deep, we'll be kicking off the rest of the month to get ready for Horror Fest with Adam Green's Hatchet Fest. So we'll be reviewing the first Hatchet, the second, the third, and the fourth week by week. So should be fun. Give us a little break before Horror Fest. And doing those, I think, will be great fun conversations, and it'll be easy for you guys to watch week to week, you know. So.
Let me throw out, like I said, we're doing the Burning next week. I got Steph and Fable joining me on Thursday. Blood Splatter.
They're coming out for the Burning?
Yeah, and then I put up an episode this week that I had a lot of fun doing and a lot of fun editing. I did a first pre-recorded one that I've done for that show with my buddy Eric on Brain Dead, which is a movie I'd heard you guys talk about before. I'd never watched it. Must watch, dude. Like, definitely something we need to do on DHS eventually. Great movie.
Which one? Brain Dead?
Brain Dead, Dead Alive.
We will. Yeah. I've been waiting for them to do a 4K so it'd be more accessible to everyone, but we'll have to do them because now they have, like, you can get a region free Blu-ray if anything. So we'll have to do that. I would have added that for Horror Fest, but I didn't want to do it too close to yours either, you know. We'll get it there. We got plenty of shows coming. And Steph will be on with Fable tomorrow. For the Blame Fable. I'm not sure what time. 1 p.m.
Yep.
And then Monday, Scarpad is doing I Love You to Death. 7:45 p.m. Eastern. And then we'll be back here. And then Burnham's doing his show. Then we'll be back here next Saturday to do Humanoids from the Deep. As always, guys, thank you all for hanging out with us. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And we will see you guys next time. Station, y'all.